Hey, 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 beautiful people. How's everybody doing out there in this marvelous, marvelous day? We are going to talk about why do talented people keep staying broke? And I know, like, sometimes people don't want to hear about, like, why people keep staying broke, why people keep staying broke. But we're going to talk about why talented people, especially, keep staying in that mode. So the first thing is, let me, why talented people keep staying broke is an important topic because we got to get to the business. We got to get to the business. Talent does not create wealth. And it took me a long, long time to learn this, but discipline does, structure does, and execution does. And like I said, it took me a minute to understand, like, why isn't, like, talented people the most richest people in the world? And sometimes, like, you be thinking, like, okay, I know I can, like, I can do this. I know that I can have this. I know that I have the ability to do this. But it's like I keep going in circles and circles and circles. But let me sit this with you for just 1 second. Do you know someone extremely talented who struggles financially? And I think we all should be able to raise our hand at that point. Like, I definitely know a couple of people, a lot of people who are very talented, but they continue to struggle. And not because they want to struggle, but because it's just the way that things line up for them in their life? So, talent is passive and money responds to action. And I'm going to say that again because I think that sometimes we forget that money responds to action. If you move, money's going to move with you. If you sit still, then money gonna sit still. So then you're gonna be asking yourself, like, oh my goodness, how am I going to be able to do this? How am I gonna be able to get to the next level? But I'm so tired, I don't feel like doing it. I'm so frustrated, I don't want to do this. I'm so angry, this has happened, that's happening. But talent, money moves with action. Talented people often rely on potential. They wait to be discovered. I think that was like my biggest issue is like waiting to be discovered. And it's like you cannot wait. You got to just start kicking doors open. You got to start moving in the midst of everything. You just got to start doing. And you may not get, like, per se you was trying to be a content creator. The biggest thing for people nowadays is like everybody wants to be a content creator. So if you want to be a content creator, that means you have to get up every single day and you have to make your videos, or you have to go on live, or you have to do something to connect with the people that you're trying to reach. And that's not always easy because you might be on live. Some days I get on live and I got 500-600 people on there. Some days I get on live, I got 3 people on there. Some days I get on live, nobody ever gets on. So it's kind of like you get frustrated because you don't see the results of what you're doing. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is a secret for content creators who really, really want to be a content creator and feel like nobody not watching you. People are always watching you because people ghost watch. They ghost watch. Like, they'll see that you live, and instead of tapping into your live, they'll just watch from the outside. So they ghost watch, and that's okay. Continue to ghost watch. It's fine, as long as somebody watching it, and as long as somebody is getting it. That's what the important thing is. That's what the important step is. But you definitely, definitely want to learn that. Don't wait. Just do. Just do. Sometimes you may feel like, I don't have enough money to start showing my talent. I need to get this and this and this and this and this and that. And I need to have this right. And I need to have that right. And I need this to happen. Da, 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 da. But no, just start with the little bit that you have, because you never know how that thing is going to expand. I remember a long time ago, we used to read this book like Enlarge My Territory. And so I thought the book was so significant because it was like when you're talking about people enlarging their territory, you're not talking about someone who has it all together and then they start. They just start. They just start. I got a little bit, like if you want to do a product based business or something and you feel like I got a little bit, I only got a little bit to start with that little bit. It's okay. It's okay. So don't wait to be discovered. And then number three, like just believe, like someone will notice. They will. Someone. It's not always the people that you think. It's not always, I promise you, building a business, as long as I have been building a business or businesses, and as long as I have been supporting people in building their businesses, it's never the people who you feel like are going to support you. It's never the ones who you feel like are going to be 100% there. They got your back. They gonna motivate you. It's never those people. It's always people you don't know. Like I started my business through my podcast. So that's how I started building up, like I guess you would say like a fan base, or that's how I started building up my listeners, right? And so when I started looking at my stats a couple of years ago, I realized that most of my listeners are from a whole nother country. They're not even from America. So I was like, dang. I was like, nobody in America gonna support me. This is crazy. I don't understand. But then I was like, wait a minute. But I'm grateful for the people who live in other countries like Africa, Europe, even Russia. Even Russia. Like I even have some supporters that are in Russia, friends and different places like that. And I think it's wonderful because I learned that I get to mingle with people from different areas. Now, at this point that I am now, I'm trying to mingle more into America. Like I'm trying to do social media more. So, because social media is a very big thing for Americans. So, I'm trying to do social media more and get more of a platform on social media to connect with more people. And then don't confuse your gifts with guarantees. Don't confuse. I know, like, and I know sometimes, like, people will be like talking about building a business or talking about gifts, and they'll be like, well, you can monetize your gift and this, that, and the other. It may not work out the way that you think it's going to work out. But guess what? That's okay. That's okay. Because sometimes you have to change the plan in order to get to the goal. But as long as the goal remains the same, I think that's the most powerful thing. But sometimes you have to switch up things. Like my business started in podcasting. I started doing podcasts. That's the only thing that I was worried about. I don't really care about social media. It's okay, but it's not a big deal for me. And then I was like, okay, I got to do something else. I'm doing a podcast. And someone said to me, well, listen, you have your master's degree. Why don't you be a coach? I was like, let me see. I went investigating coaching and I realized like this is what I've been doing the whole time. So of course I could do that. I could add it to my business. It should be easy. It was not easy. It was not easy. And I realized that people, when they're building a business, they are like when people are trying to, sell stuff and they're saying like, this is easy, that's easy. It's not. It's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not. It's not easy, but it's doable. And that's the important thing to know that it is definitely, definitely doable. You can do it. You just have to make sure you have that consistency. You have to believe. You have to believe that you're going to be able. Don't just rely on your potential or don't just rely on potential. Know that you can do it because you can do it. The world does not reward what you can do. It rewards what you consistently deliver. It does not care about what you can do because you're an amazing person and you can do amazing things and you are growing and everything is happening for you. But the world rewards the consistency. So how many times a day, a week are you posting? Or this is just for people who want to do content. If you own because what I do is I help people build their businesses from the ground up. And so right now I have like 4 nonprofits that I'm working with. And I explain to them that you have to consistently be in the forefront. You have to consistently be in front of people for them to know and understand that you are there. This is what this nonprofit is doing. So if you're building something, a presence, a business, a support system, a group, or anything, you have to consistently do that thing over and over again so that people start to trust you and they start to trust what you can do and who you are. And that is important. Talented people often stay broke because things come easy, no discipline, no discipline. They avoid discomfort because none of us want to be uncomfortable, especially me. I don't like being uncomfortable, but I will be uncomfortable. And I had to train my mind to say, like, it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable. But did I feel like I was like, I ain't not be comfortable for nobody? Know? And that's what you feel like. You're like, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm good. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. But if you want it and you want that consistency, that means getting up and being uncomfortable, feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes I wake up and I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I just don't want to do it. I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I prefer to do something else. What else could I do today? And then I have to say to myself, listen, you have to do this. This is your next step. Um, a lot of people will stay broke because they stop when it starts getting boring or repetitive. I'm a Gemini, so I can attest with this. When I get bored, I just move to something else. But when you're building a business or you're building support or you are trying to be a content creator or whatever you're trying to be, I know it's going to be repetitive. And it seems like the same thing over and over again. I'm bored. I'm one that's like, okay, what's the next thing? Like, what can we do now? Because I'm done with this. I'm tired of doing this. So you have to ask yourself, how? How? I want you to say this clearly. Talent without repetition creates ego, not income. Talent without repetition creates ego and not talent. Hard work is structure. Hard work is not punishment, it's structure. So when people are coming to me and they're saying, hey, I want to start my business, help people start their business from the ground up. And then all these other people have told them how easy it is to be an entrepreneur. It's not easy. I want people to stop saying that. It's hard. It's harder than going to an 8 to 5 repetitive job every single day. It is a hard situation. So if this is something that you want to do, whether it's building a business or creating content or whatever it is you want to do, if it's something you want to do, it's going to take structure. And it's going to take discomfort and it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be boring and repetitive some days, but you can do it. You can do it. Many talented people secretly believe charging cheap keeps them humble. It doesn't. What is your talent? I always tell people, like, if you want to know what your talent is, right? Or how much you should charge for the talent that you have, think about the things that you invest into fine tuning that talent. So if I had to say, all right, Demasha, how much should you charge for coaching? So I have to look at the fact that one, I have a bachelor's degree. Two, I have a master's degree. Three, I have over 20 years in business structures and building businesses and things like that. So you have to think about those things. So when you see my price is my price. Now, there are times in companies that you will run discounts or you will, for small businesses, you may do something, or it just depends. Or you will tell people, hey, when you get this amount, then this is what it is. But make sure you're not charging below what you're worth because that's not you being humble. And I'm not saying like charge your ego because if you know you're not worth that, don't do that. Don't do that. Um, some talented people secretly believe if I'm gifted, money shouldn't matter. Okay. And this is easy, easy to fall in. I promise you it's easy to fall in because A lot of times we feel bad about asking people for stuff. I want you to get away from that. I want you to get away from that because people are asking you for something. So if you listen to my podcast about exchanges, every exchange that you make needs to be a two-way exchange. You're exchanging your knowledge, your gift, your presence, your product, or whatever you have. You're exchanging that thing for someone to exchange something with you. And it's not always about money, but it's about the exchange. You have to be that positive exchange. And go listen to that podcast because I do break it down about how important it is for an exchange to happen. And that's how you continue to build your business and you continue to build your clientele. People cannot live in the world for free. They cannot go to Walmart or Target, which we call quote unquote big companies, but these companies are LLC just like you. The only thing is they're not afraid to say what it's worth. They're not afraid to do that. People should. Another reason why people secretly believe is that up to what people secretly believe is people should support me because I'm good. Well, they don't know you're good. They don't know you're good. Let me tell you, it's so hard. It's so hard to get positive reviews. Like you can ask people to leave a review and you've done a good job and they'll forget, they'll go on with life. But as soon as you do one thing wrong, you'll have people leaving all kind of negative reviews. I don't know why that is. It's like a mindset thing or something. I'm not sure why people behave this way, but they do. So as soon as something positive happens, or if you could get reviews so people can see, like, this is who I am, this is what my business is about, this is what I bring, this is how powerful it is to work with me. Money is an exchange, not a compliment. I want to say it again. Money is an exchange, not a compliment. So just because you're good or you're gifted or you're trying to be humble, that means nothing. You're doing a service and they're paying you for the service. It's an exchange, not a compliment. If your identity is built around gifts instead of being responsible, income will always leak. Like it will always leak. If you feel like I don't know if I'm worth it for them to pay me, but they could just give me I don't know a dinner card somewhere. No, no. You are worth more than that. You are worth more than something simple. If you're giving something to the world and you have a product, charge your worth. Even if, like I tell sometimes my clients, I tell them, hey, even if you have to write down how much every little detail, how much was the bottle, how much was what you put in the bottle, how much were the ingredients, if you have to write down the price of all of that and think about the one bottle that you made, how much that costs, that's important. That it's important. If you do a service and you're putting that service out there, if you're a coach or if you are a motivational speaker, I heard something a while ago where people were upset because motivational speakers were charging for them to come to their places and speak. Why? Why are we upset about that? Because they're taking out their time and their energy and they're saying, listen, this is something that I want to do. But you also have to pay them for that. Now, if you worked out where it's like you're going to pay for the room and board or something like that, that's the motivational speaker's issue. So then they can't complain when they get paid instead of saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and book my hotel to come. I know y'all probably got the food because there's food there, da, 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 and my payment is this. Don't be afraid to ask for what you're worth. Talented people who become wealthy do three things differently. And write these three things down. They monetize before they perfect. They monetize before they perfect. Number two, they build systems and not vibes. They build systems and not vibes. It is so hard to build systems. As I said before, I'm working with 3 nonprofits right now, or 4 nonprofits right now, and systems are hard to build. So you have to hire somebody to build these systems for you because it's important to build systems. It's more important to build systems than it is to build vibes. And number 3, they treat talent like it's a tool, not a personality. When you start producing content, if you're a content creator or you start owning a business or you're using whatever talent you have to turn that talent into a business, it's no longer your personality. That talent becomes your tool. This is what I use to get paid. This is what I use to take me to the next level. This is what I use to get greater and greater and to become wealthy or whatever. This is what I use. Your gift is not your brand, your discipline is. I'm going to say that again. Your gift is not your brand, your discipline is. So, what talent have you been sitting on? What talent have you been sitting on? Where have you been waiting instead of building? And are you protecting your gift or avoiding responsibility? And that's the big one. Are you protecting your gift or avoiding responsibility? Talent opens doors. Discipline keeps it open. Systems turn it into income. I'm going to say it again. Talent opens doors. Discipline keeps it open. And systems turn it into income. So, are you going to turn your gift into income so that you can stop being one of those talented people that feel stuck and feel like I can never get what I deserve? You got to ask yourself. So, you all have a wonderful day, and I will come back at a later time and chat with you. Thank you.